the worst killings of our police officers since 9/11.
Our next guest is in Dallas, Shontaye Hawkins.
Shontaye is a business coach. She's a really, really sharp and fantastically successful. How are you, Shontaye?
I'm good. How are you this morning?
It's just awful.
What's the pulse of your city right now?
You're in Dallas. What's your take, Shontaye?
It's sad. I mean, I went to bed sad. I woke up sad. You know, I don't have words.
Yeah.
You know, so much has happened in such a short period of time in this country that, you know, it's like, what else, right? What else can happen?
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, it's trying to figure out how we're going to keep moving forward, because that's all we can do, right?
Well, that's right, and to sort it out. And you know, when you're talking about snipers, you're talking about some real, so somebody's premeditated and planned this thing and getting the right spots to kind of do a crossfire thing. And it is just, I can't ever remember in the history of our country where we've had such an assassination on police.
Right.
I mean, Dallas is quite the city. You had the John Kennedy thing. That's going to live forever. We're never going to forget what happened last night in Dallas. And I was watching it live. It was just like, what's going on?
Yeah, it's scary with so much. I mean, you know, it was peaceful, right?
As many of the
protests were. It was about to be over.
And you know what the police did? The first thing they did, I saw an African-American police officer running over and saying, guys, you got to back up. There's somebody with a rifle. And that's what those guys do. They try and protect you. I just think they're getting such a bad rap. I really do. Overall, there's some bad people out there. There's no question. But for the most part, the police are out to help us and do their work. Well, I was going to talk about dress code, and I didn't feel like
right.
She's a business coach, and you know we do casual, and I think the millennials like casual and flexibility. Correct?
Yeah, I think we all like casual though and flexibility. I think the millennials are the spotlight right now, but I can remember, you know, myself being in corporate, and it gets hot here in Dallas during the summer months.
Yeah, right.
I mean, and, you know, I can remember working for organizations, and it was professional, right? Our dress code was professional, so most times we were, you know, pretty dressed up, right?
Yeah.
And during the summer, it didn't feel good to go from the parking garage to the office or go out to lunch in a suit, because you needed a shower afterwards.
Yeah. Well, so your tip as a business coach is to say, be flexible, give them some room, and use some common sense.
Yeah, I say that, but here's the thing: we can't leave it to the old handbook anymore, the employee handbook, where we just described what our dress code was, because there's so many ways that people express themselves now, from tattoos to hair and nails and piercings. So, as an organization, you're up against a challenge, because the words just aren't going to be enough, because you're leaving too much to interpretation.
So my summer wool suit with big fat tie this morning is a little out of place. Is that what you're saying? I thought 3-piece suits are back, so I feel a little silly.
It might be a little much. I mean,
why are you rolling your eyes? She's rolling her. Diane's rolling her eyes on me, Shontaye. That's workplace harassment. You're harassing me.
I can see someone like passing you on the street, thinking, "Where is that guy going with all of that?"
Or banker, investment guy.
Right.
I tell you one thing. I would not want to be in the selling suits business. I would not want to be.
Yeah, you don't really get much during the summer months, I would guess. It's, you know, or right now, period. Like, no one really wants to wear a suit.
No, it's definitely cash down, and I do have tennis shoes on here. So.
Are you putting flip flops on? Are you wearing flip flops?
No, I got the Brooks tennis shoes, comfy. You know.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
But what is the rule on footwear? I mean, it used to be you're not supposed to reveal your toes.
If you're at work and you're professional, you probably don't show your toes. You probably, it depends. I guess what your job is. If you're going out meeting people, you probably don't want the short shorts today. I mean, you know.
Sure.
I think you know, it's so much. That's one of those things where companies have to really specify what you think is acceptable from a showing toe, no toe standpoint. I do think companies.
Yeah, flip-flops are different than the
Flip-flops are a
high
little
heel.
bit,
Yeah,
but-
that's okay. But flip-flops are different than the high heelers. I mean,
Right.
that's a different
That's
tone.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, flip-flops, because then we got to hear you flopping around the office all day.
Flop. Yeah. Well, Shontaye, good to laugh anyway. I appreciate your time always. Where can people find you online?
They can find me at profitisthenewblack.com.
That's what we're talking about. Thanks. Appreciate your time there, Shontaye.
Thank you.
Thank you. From Dallas.
ProfitIsTheNewBlack.com.
Shontaye Hawkins, business coach.